It was a film doomed by its own name, buried by the rise of a galaxy far, far away, and forgotten by mainstream audiences. And yet, Sorcerer is one of the most daring, nerve-shredding, and visually hypnotic thrillers ever put to screen. William Friedkin's follow-up to The Exorcist was no supernatural horror. It was something even more terrifying, a brutal, existential journey into the abyss, where fate is cruel, survival is fragile, and death lurks at every bump in the road. Let's address the elephant in the room, the title. Sorcerer sounds like a mystical fantasy, a supernatural thriller, something in the vein of Friedkin's previous hit The Exorcist. But in reality, it was named after one of the film's trucks, an old war relic christened Sorcerer, symbolizing the evil wizard of fate. Friedkin later admitted he regretted the name, but by then, it was too late. Now add to that the timing, June 1977, the summer that Star Wars completely reshaped Hollywood. While George Lucas was launching the blockbuster era, Sorcerer was fighting an impossible uphill battle. Confused audiences, weak marketing, and competition from a sci-fi juggernaut meant Sorcerer never stood a chance. But here's the thing, Sorcerer was never meant to be a traditional Hollywood movie. It was something far more ambitious. The premise is deceptively simple. 4 desperate men, all criminals on the run, exiled in a forgotten South American village. They are given a suicidal mission: transport highly unstable nitroglycerin through treacherous jungle terrain to put out a raging oil fire. One wrong move, one bump in the road, and they're dead. That's it. That's the plot. But this isn't about the destination, it's about the journey. Roy Scheider plays Jackie Scanlon, a washed-up mob getaway driver running from a vengeful crime syndicate. Then we have Victor Manzan, a disgraced French businessman escaping ruin. Qasim, a Palestinian revolutionary fleeing political execution. And finally, Nilo, a ruthless assassin who hijacks his way into the job. These are not heroes. They are lost souls, broken men swallowed by their past, clinging to this mission as their last shot at redemption, or at least survival. If there's one reason to watch Sorcerer, it's the sheer, visceral tension that Friedkin masterfully crafts. There are no green screens, no CGI, no digital tricks. Every gut-wrenching moment was achieved practically, and nothing embodies that more than the bridge sequence. 12 minutes of pure, edge-of-your-seat suspense. A decaying, rain-soaked rope bridge, a massive, heavy truck, and a raging river below. The sequence took months and millions to film because they had to rebuild the bridge multiple times when it kept collapsing. The trucks actually fell into the water more than once. Every frame is dripping with real, unfiltered danger. This wasn't just filmmaking, it was survival. Upon release, Sorcerer was seen as a failure. Critics were divided. Audiences ignored it. It nearly destroyed Friedkin's career. But in the years since, something remarkable has happened. The film has been rediscovered. Critics have hailed it as a forgotten masterpiece. Martin Scorsese calls it one of the greatest films ever made. Tarantino ranks it among his favorites.
The bridge scene is just one of the great suspense moments in cinema. It's one of the great filming of sequences, the imagery itself, the editing.
And after Friedkin personally oversaw a 2013 restoration, new audiences have finally been able to appreciate its raw power. In an era of safe, formulaic blockbusters, Sorcerer is a relic of a time when filmmakers took risks, when movies were dangerous, unpredictable, and unfiltered. It's a film about fate, about desperation, about man's futile fight against forces beyond his control. It's not an easy watch, it's not a fun movie, but it's unforgettable. Was Sorcerer ahead of its time? Or was it simply too relentless for audiences then? Either way, it's one of the greatest thrillers you've never seen.